Hey there guys, welcome to Dinos Vault once again. Today I'm checking out the UM Renegade Commando, a hardcore, true to the spirit cruiser with just the necessary amount of modernization to appeal to the bikers of this day and age. In my opinion, United Motors' entry into the Indian market can be termed as a game-changing one. Why, you might ask? Now, ours is a nation that is obsessed with cruisers because of the sheer comfort and practicality they offer here in our Indian road conditions. This has been a major factor for the sudden success of more affordable cruisers like the Bajaj Avenger. Now, what I like about is that they have been clever and strategic enough to target the void or empty space that lies wide open between the cruisers built for the masses under Rs 1 lakh and the premium segment cruisers at and above Rs 5 lakhs. Yes, we do have the Royal Enfield Thunderbird just about at the same price as that of the Commando or the Sport, but the Thunderbird with its slightly taller stance doesn't qualify as a proper low-slung cruiser. This is the reason I believe the bikes are going to be welcomed with open arms by the Indian biking community. A testament to this fact is around 170 bookings already clocked by just one Hyderabad dealership even before they have started delivering the bikes. Now, for those who aren't aware, stands for United Motors. Now, United Motors is a company originating from America, which is the home for some of the top legendary and iconic cruiser brands like Indian and Harley Davidson. Born in the early 2000s and founded by Mr. Octavio Villegas Llano, the company started out with a humble notion and a bold vision of offering well-built vehicles with all the goodies and innovative features at modest prices. Over the years, the company has evolved slowly but surely and has also introduced several innovations by making their products that much more safer and user-friendly for the customers. Their innovations include features like AFS or anti-flat sealant, which in simple terms pretty much ensures that your tire is puncture resistant. Then we have something called LED 360 system, wherein their Street Fighter model, the X Street, has LED lights up front, at the back and even on the fuel tank, making it the only bike in the world to feature LED lights all around. They also offer a USB port on board, which would always come in handy to charge your mobile on the run. Then we also have the ergonomically designed Comfort gel seat, wherein the inner channel eliminates pressure points while the gel pads minimize the vibrations. This maximizes the comfort for the rider and makes sure that his smile stays on for the miles to come. Some of their bikes even feature blind spot mirrors, which I believe is a brilliant innovation and would really come in handy for our Indian traffic conditions. Now, please note that as of now, have just introduced two models here in our market, namely the Renegade Sport S, of which I've already done a quick first ride impression video. You can watch that by following the link appearing on the screen right now. Next is the bike I'm featuring today, the Renegade Commando, which is the most popular model in their entire lineup. Now, specs wise and dimensions wise, both the Sport S and the Commando are identical, be it the ground clearance, the fuel tank capacity, the seat height, the engine capacity, the power, the torque. Almost everything is same for both the bikes. It's only that one is for those who prefer a sportier looking cruiser, while the other is for those who prefer classier ones. Of course, the Sport S gets tubeless tires and alloy wheels and also the LED tank lights as opposed to the Commando. Trust me, the Commando in this burgundy color looks absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Even the glossy black color looks equally killer. My gut feeling says these bikes are going to sell like crazy here in our nation just for their sheer distinctive looks. Now, design wise, as I told you, the bike dons a more conservative and conventional cruiser design theme that would appeal mostly to people of all age groups. It offers a fresh new look, it doesn't resemble any other model as such, and it looks more composed. It offers the richness and classic feel of a cruiser while also adding in just the right amount of modern elements with the black theme to appeal to the younger generation. Build quality wise, there are some areas of cost cutting evident, but overall the bike does feel well built. The headlamp looks kind of cute with the Commando badging right on top of it. The spoke wheels lend the bike that old school cruiser feel. Coming to the profile, the fuel tank with the star emblem takes center stage and looks gorgeous while also giving the bike its distinct identity. The side panels are neatly laid out. The exhaust along with the heat plate looks great and sounds great as well. Please note that the exhaust note shared earlier in the video was without the dB killer. The tail lamp cluster too goes perfectly well with the rest of the design, thereby completing a typical yet perfect and a classic cruiser design theme that would universally appeal to people of all age groups. The seat is mighty comfortable as it is. If you still want more comfort, then we do get the UM gel seat available as an optional extra for both the Commando as well as the Sport S. The handlebar here is a regular cruiser handlebar for the Commando as opposed to the T-shaped handlebar we get for the Sport S. We do get all the regular switches like the high beam flasher, the engine kill switch, etc. I like the Renegade branding on the handlebar as you can see here. The instrument cluster is well equipped as well. We get an analog speedo, whereas the digital readouts include an odometer, trip meter, fuel gauge and even a gear position indicator. Now powering the Commando is a single cylinder 4-stroke 4-valve liquid cooled 279.5cc engine that puts out a max power of 24.8 bhp at 8500 rpm and a max torque of 21.8 newton meters at 7000 rpm. Now this comes mated to a 6-speed gearbox. Please note that the engine is carbureted and not fuel injected. Talking about my test ride experience, the bike is a lot smoother and more refined when compared to the Sport S. The reason behind that, I believe, is the ability for spoke wheels to absorb the shocks better from the undulations on the road when compared to alloy wheels. Also, the handlebar is more comfortable and a conventional one here on the Commando. Hence, comfort is maximized, which is what we Indians crave for these days. Add to this the super cushioned seat plus the added option of going with a gel seat, which would make this a Rolls-Royce on roads. We even get a heel and toe shifter here, which provides for more convenient gear changes. The engine is refined and smooth and responds well to throttle inputs. Now the power delivery is quite linear and smooth, which is what we expect from a cruiser. The gearbox gets taller gear ratios, again typically that of a cruiser, and as a result you would hardly reach up to the 6th gear while in city limits. It's only on the highway that you would be able to cruise in the top gear. The well-built chassis provides for good high-speed stability as well. Now the durability and reliability factor can only be known once these bikes hit the road, so we need to wait for 6 to 8 months to find that out. If there is one thing about this bike that failed to impress me, it has to be the brakes. We do get a 280mm disc up front and 130mm drum brake at the back. I just felt they were inconsistent and uncertain, and they failed to give you that confidence you hope for, especially when you have an engine that is super sweet in letting you cruise at triple-digit speeds effortlessly. Talking about the wheels and tires, we get TVS tires on board, and the tires are tube ones and not tubeless. And we get a 110 by 90 16-inch tire up front and a 140 by 90 15-inch tire at the back. They are not all that bad for a cruiser. They do reasonably well in offering decent road grip for this bike. Now talking about the suspension, we get hydraulic suspension up front with chunky 41mm forks and twin hydraulic shocks with spring at the back. The suspension, as expected, is tuned to offer more comfort. It is on the softer side and the bike does soak up the bumps without any fuss at all. Talking about other noteworthy specs, the ground clearance I am told is 200mm, which is unbelievable for a cruiser, and that means our Indian road conditions or even the dirt road stretches would be a cakewalk for this bike. Seat height is just 750mm, which is perfectly fine for shorter riders, average height riders or even taller riders up to 6 feet tall. Fuel tank capacity again is quite impressive at 18 liters, which translates into longer tank range. Now when you look closely, you start realizing that UM seem to have addressed all the areas that matter the most to the rider. As a result, it looks like we have a winner on our hands here, if only they can manage to add a little more feel to the brakes. Talking about the mileage, there is no official mileage claim that I could find, but anything around 30 to 32 kmpl in city conditions should be acceptable for a 280cc cruiser. Ex-showroom price here in Hyderabad for the Renegade Commando is Rs 1,67,766 and for the Sport S is Rs 1,57,840. So that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless and ride safe.